Hello students, yet back with module number 5, which is your statistical techniques. Another easy topic in statistical techniques. Again, one question of this category is always seen in the exams. So what is the topic name? The topic name is curve fitting. Curve fitting is generally used for prediction of data. मेरे पास 5 साल का डेटा है, 6 ईयर में वही सेम थिंग का क्या prediction होने वाला है, that's what we can do. Okay. Curve fitting, as per your syllabus, two categories. Linear curve fitting, which is also called degree 1 curve fitting. Second is quadratic, which has another name parabolic, and one more name which is degree 2 curve fitting. Majorly exams में you will find the second category के questions more. Okay, first category के questions कम आते हैं, but then it's not that it is not come ever. So as you can see, this question which we have here is basically first category question. I'll explain. Okay, so these are the two types of curve fitting which you will have in your exam. So let's get into the technical details here of each of these categories. Let's observe the first question. Find the line of regression of y on x. Of course, it's not directly given as fit a linear curve, but when the question comes line means degree 1. Okay, and the question is for y on x. Question is for y on x. Now, how do you begin with this question? You start with, let the line of regression be y is equal to a plus bx. You might also use ax plus b. Whatever you use here, उसके ऊपर से आपके normal equations change होंगे. The method that we are going to use is called the least squares method. In the least squares method, once you assume the line or the curve, you then have the normal equations. So the normal equations are given by, so in this case, how will you find the normal equations? पूरे equation number 1 को summation लगा दो. Summation y. A is a constant, comes out. Summation of 1 हो जाएगा, which is n times over a. And b constant out, summation of x. Okay, this is normal equation number 1. आपका टारगेट है a and b ढूंढना. a and b कांस्टेंट्स है, दो कांस्टेंट्स है, तो इसको ढूंढने के लिए दो इक्वेशन लेंगे. सेकेंड इक्वेशन ढूंढने के लिए अगर लाइन y ऑन x है तो आप पूरे इक्वेशन नंबर 1 को x से मल्टीप्लाई करो एंड फिर समेशन लगाओ. सो यू विल गेट समेशन xy. a के साथ भी x आ जाएगा तो a कांस्टेंट समेशन x. b के साथ इस बार x स्क्वायर होगा बिकॉज यू हैव मल्टीप्लाइड इक्वेशन नंबर 1 by x. ओके, so summation x square. These are your required two normal equations. I hope things are clear till here. First step, assume the line if the line equation is not given. If it's given, you will have to continue with what equation is given to you. In this case, the line equation was not given to us and it is y on x. So you will start with y is equal to either ax plus b or a plus bx. In this case, we have taken a plus bx. Nothing wrong if you take ax plus b. Then you form the normal equations by taking first summation. Second, you multiply it by the opposite variable. Y का equation होगा तो x से multiply करोगे, x का equation होगा तो y से multiply करो, and then take a summation. So you basically have two normal equations. Now what is the use of this normal equation? ये जो normal equation है, इसके ये सारे summation के values will be substituting. Summation y, summation xy will be substituting n, summation x, and summation x square. All of these values you're going to substitute. Where will we get these values from? We'll get it from the tabular form. So now we use the data which is given to us, x and y which is given to us. For easy calculation, I've shifted the terms to Excel. For you, you will have to put it on the paper and use your scientific calculator. The scientific calculator will help you do the calculations. So these are your values of x and y. I have put in the vertical tabular format. Okay. So now let's observe the equations there and we'll be comparing the two things here. Okay. So first equation, summation of y. Summation of y मतलब y की जो values है उसका total चाहिए. So let me first increase the font here. Okay. So summation of y means the addition. You can use a calculator. I am using Excel. So it's going to be the sum of these values. You will not be allowed to use Excel. Okay. I hope you know that. So this 99 over here, which we have got, is nothing but your summation of y. I hope everyone knows that. Okay. That is a summation of y. Next thing, let's observe. We require n. N is the number of observations. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 observations. N is 7. You next require summation of x. So as we did the total of y, we are also going to do the total of x. So the total of x is going to be 56 in this case. So this is summation of x. I got summation x, I got summation y. Let's check the next value which we require. Second normal equation, summation of xy. Summation of xy, meaning I would multiply x into y. So this column I'm going to make, which is multiplication of x into y. So it's going to be multiplication here. You will have to definitely use your scientific calculator. I think there's some mistake in the formula. It should be 2 into b2. So you can see 11 into 5 is 55. And same way, I'm going to just drag it till here, the values. And lastly, we require the total. Again, the formula for total. Summation is total, right? So here you get 811. What we right now got is summation of xy. Summation of xy. Because we created a table of xy and then took its total. Next, again, with a, you have summation of x, which we have already calculated. And lastly, we require summation x squared. Summation x squared. So here I'll calculate x raised to 2, which is equal to 5 into 5 again. And the same way, 6 into 6, 7 into 7, and so on up to 11 into 11. You can use a calculator or you can do it directly, orally bhi kar sakte ho. And now I got the total of this. This total is nothing but summation x squared. Whatever table I have created here, you are expected to show the same table in the exam using your calculator. I hope there is no confusion. You do not get Excel in the exam. You do not get anything else. ये पूरा table आपको खुद से बनाना है. ठीक है? Fine. And now let's bring the value here. So let's substitute. The first value, summation y. Summation y, if I'm not wrong, was 99. Okay. So we have 99. I'm going to write 99 this side. I'm going to write the equation ulta. A times n. N is 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 times A. B times summation x, which was 56. Okay, I'll just show you the value. Yeah, 56. Then we have summation xy, which turned out to be 811. Again, I'll show you the value here. Yep, 811 was the summation of xy. Then we have a times x, which was summation x, which is 56. And lastly, summation of x squared, which we found was 476. So 476 basically. Now I have equation 3. I have equation 4, which are two linear equations in two variables. I'll be using scientific calculator in the equation mode. First one, linear, A key value 7, B is 56, means we have the coefficient 56, C 99, then 56, 476, and 811. So my first value, which is A, 61 by 7, and B, 19 by 28. So A is 61 by 7, and B was 19 by, okay, 19 by 28. Put these values of A and B in equation number 1. So now your line is y is equal to 61 by 7 plus 19x by 28. If you multiply throughout by 28, you will have 28y is equal to, let's multiply by 4, 244 plus 19x. So you may write 19x minus 28y plus 244 is your required line of regression. Are you understanding? This is a line of regression of y on x. In a similar manner, agar x on y bola, so I hope you know how to do it. So I'll just quickly recap. You start with the equation of the line, assume the equation, form the normal equations. I've shown you the technique of forming the normal equations. Draw the table which I showed you on Excel. You will draw it manually using a scientific calculator. Substitute the values in equation number 2. Summation y की जगह y का total, n की जगह the number of observations, summation x की जगह x का total, summation xy की जगह पे xy column का total, summation x की जगह again the same, summation x square की जगह x square की column का total. You will get two more equations, solve them in the calculator. You will get the values of a and b, put them back in the equation number 1 and simplify the equation. What you get is a line of regression. Whichever line you started with, you will get the same line back. Y on x start kiya to y on x, x on y start kiya to x on y. So this was a question on line of regression. Degree 2, we'll do it in the next lecture. I hope the degree 1 or the linear curve fitting is clear with everyone. This is called the method of least squares. Thank you, students.